術式順天青
Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome to Maximum Output Training. Welcome to the finale of the year-end max out, and we're going to change it up a little bit from the previous video. So my shoulder, if you did not watch the last two training vlogs, is actually quite not up to snuff. Not exactly 100%, maybe not even like 75%. It is still in pain, but range of motion has improved. Pain has gone down a little bit, but I don't want to risk it for the biscuit of maxing out totally, completely. So the idea was I was supposed to hit my openers for this week and then kind of deload the rest of the week and then do like a meet style next Monday. I'm going to unfortunately omit like the meet style type and kind of send it throughout this entire week. So it's going to be divided into 3 different videos for you guys. So this week is going to just be all max effort attempts. No accessories, still sticking to that. And then give my body time to heal next week, which will be a complete time off from the gym. So no accessories, no active recovery, just hopefully take some time to recuperate my shoulder. So the idea within this video, I'm going to give it to you now. 3 different parts, 3 different workouts. It's just going to basically be me doing deadlift, bench, and squat. Give my shoulders some time to heal in between. It's not going to be meet style. It's going to be 3 different days, 3 different max efforts, and just going to go as far as I can go within the limits of my body. So we're going to start off with deadlifts because that makes the most sense, because that one is progressing the best in a sense. And it doesn't piss off my shoulder as much as bench does and squat does. And as of last training video, when I said I was skeptical for dynamic effort upper, I was right on the money, because I couldn't even do 6 sets of 3 at 85%. I could only do 6 sets of 2. And throughout all those 6 sets, my shoulder was not too happy with me. I was in pain a lot of the time. So I decided to not do double the work and double the chances of pissing off my shoulder even further, even if it is to hopefully maybe hit some good max efforts within the time period. So if I hit my openers, I would deload, maybe rest a little bit, and then I would have to hit 90+% again, and my shoulder taking a beating. Whereas if I just send it this week, deload all next week, don't do anything for like the 7 to 8 days, because Sunday will obviously be day off. Actually, it'll be Saturday, so I'll technically have like 8 or 9 days off from the gym completely. So it gives my body time to heal and I can just kind of relax. So in that way, I can still send it, do my year-end max out, and kind of still follow the plan in a way. So we're just going to do deadlifts all the way up to a top single. Let's see what I can hit today. So I already did my little warm-ups. We're going to go 1 plate at a time, and we're just going to go from there. So catch you for the ride. 3 different parts in this little video training vlog, year-end max out, starting with deadlifts, and then I'll talk to you throughout the sets. Maybe, possibly, it might be just a quick edit of me just zooming through these, getting hyped up, and not talking as much. So let's get to this 135 first sets of maybe 5 to 8. $135 moving pretty well. See how it goes. Shoulders. It just makes a lot more sense for me to do it this way. 3 sets of max effort attempts, gives my body time to heal, doesn't piss off my shoulder as much, and I don't have to double the chances of destroying my shoulder even more and waste more time trying to recuperate while doing a deload, max out, deload, and then active recovery, and then kind of set it in a way. It kind of like speeds up the process of me getting back into the gym further. But I just think send it this week, relax all of next week, and then hit 2025 with a little active recovery type thing, ease back into training, maybe for 1 to 2 weeks, and then jump back into heavyish weights depending on my shoulder, and try to mass or bulk from there to the end of April, start of May. So see you for the next set. All right, 225, sets of 3, and then we're gonna do singles all the way up. As of right now, my max on deadlifts is 455, and I haven't tested it in almost a year. So if I can hit like 475, I'll actually be pretty happy with the results of training, no matter how slow. But I am just gonna do my best this week with what I have at my disposal, especially in terms of injury and prevention of further injury, and seeing just what I can do. So probably just be like a 90% type max out and not going balls to the wall, but we'll see how my body feels and we'll just go from there. So for now, 225, we'll do sets of 3. 225 moving well. I had a nice fat cheat meal yesterday. Cheat meal powered by Little Caesars and ice cream. Had a nice hot and ready pepperoni pizza with some crazy bread and then some ice cream after that, and just kind of woosud. So my calories are skyrocketed. Sleep was pretty good. I got 7 hours. I was supposed to wake up for a client this morning. And then here I am. I usually like to wake up, have my pre-workout meal / breakfast, wait about an hour, and then I go lift just because, well, it's convenient for me because most of my clients are either in the afternoon or in the evening. So might as well get my workout of the day in before I start the rest of my day. So anyways, that's my schedule. And it's nice that this week is only 3 lifts, no accessories, and it's all singles, mostly. And my warm-ups at the beginning are like bodybuilding type stuff, like Wenning warm-ups. And then, yeah, let's see what we can do today. 315, and then singles all the way up. It's kind of nice I'm doing 3 separate days for maxing out. I've done this in the past. It's actually usually how I do my max out. It's usually how I do my end of the year max outs anyways. I've done this a few times. The previous years, I didn't do it last year because I was still cutting and I just kind of like just did whatever kind of thing. And then years before that, training was a little bit different, but because I didn't really squat a whole lot with a barbell and I didn't really train, it was more like a bodybuilding style, doing different hack squats, leg pressing, but I kept deadlifts in rotation. And at the end of the year, all I did was just max out deadlifts. That's why I hit 5 plates almost 2 years ago, 2020, end of 2022. That's how I hit 5 plates again, because all I did was just put all my effort into deadlifting and just building muscle. Whereas all of squat and bench did nothing really. It just did my best to maintain them or just don't do them at all. But in the past, I've usually done deadlift, bench, and then squat, because usually with how Conjugate runs for my programs is dynamic effort work is usually based around squat and bench. And then obviously max effort. Oh my God, I almost flipped you guys off. You know what? Forget it. Max effort upper is obviously based around bench. So that's like a given. You can just max out Wednesday for any type of bench variation, even competition style. And then max effort lower is a little bit different story with how I do Conjugate. Yes, it's based around deadlift and squats, but I usually like to kind of max out deadlifts a little bit differently than squats, even though squats do take part of the majority of my max effort lower. It makes no sense, but I just think it's not as a big priority for my Conjugate training. I try to like maintain it, but also kind of like build it up in a way by using accessories versus just using straight deadlift off the ground. It makes no sense, but how I do it is I don't usually kind of like wave my deadlifts. I would use, wave my squats. I wave deadlifts. I wave them for max effort lower. So I'll do like a top set of 5, then a top set of 3, and then maybe top set of 2 or 1, and then kind of repeat the process so my body doesn't get like blown out and just get destroyed. It sounds so dumb, but it feels better to max out on deadlifts because I don't really deadlift, max out on deadlifts a whole lot. I mainly do it for squats. And then deadlifts is like 1 time out of 4 beyond, within that 4-week rotation. So within 8 weeks, I've done squats 4 times, deadlifts twice, and good mornings twice. So it's nice that deadlifts are first. And then since dynamic effort lower is dedicated mostly to squats, I can just max out squats on the Friday and it doesn't kind of like blow out my programming in a way. So I hope that makes sense. It's kind of weird, but it just works. So I'm going to shut up now, singles all the way up, and I'll probably start doing my percentage-based jumps after 315. So let's get to it. Feels pretty good. Pizza and ice cream going to work. 7 hours of sleep going to work. Let's do this. I think it's 365 next, and then we'll just play it by ear. All right. Probably from here on out, I don't have a whole lot to say, so we'll just probably just get in the zone. I'll just probably speed up the editing, speed it up by just hitting my sets, and then maybe after my top set, come back and talk to you guys, and then go from there. So I'll see you and talk to you in a little bit. For now, 365, singles all the way up. That was rough. Almost shit my pants there. I think I want to send it a little bit further. I felt like I was gonna burp as well. There it is. There's the burp. 475 moved. Kind of got stuck at the ground there. I didn't brace as hard. I don't know. Feels pretty good that I hit 475. It took a whole year, roughly, to get 20 pounds on the bar. No, actually, I think it was at the end of last year. I hit 445. And then now it's 475. So, I don't know, man. We'll probably rest a little bit. Maybe we'll hit another set. I should really call it there. But my ego is saying go up further. So we'll, that moved pretty slow. I'll put 5s on. So 485. See how that goes, because sometimes the next set goes a lot better than the previous set. Also, I jumped from like 457.5 to 475 because I loaded quarters and then I put 2.5 on that side, and not this side. So I was kind of lopsided there. So I'll rest. See you in a little bit. If I miss the next set, that's okay. But let's not miss it. Nope, not today. That's okay. I'll take the 475W and we'll go from there. So I'm going to rest, come back for day 2 on Wednesday for max effort upper, and we're going to do competition style grip, see what happens there. So as of right now, within 1 year, I have torn my callus, if you can kind of see that. Lovely. So within the 1 year, I have roughly put 20 to 30 pounds back onto my deadlift. So at the end of last year, 445, and then I hit 455, I want to say like in April. I'm not too sure yet. I'll probably say something after the fact on Wednesday when I max out competition style grip. But as of right now, pretty happy to end the year off on 475. And then we bring that into the following year, keeping the numbers at 475, and I'll probably retest in about 6 months. But as of right now, really happy with 475, especially with how it moved. 485, I'm coming back for you by the end of the year next year. Maybe, who knows, I'll hit 5 plates again. But I'll be, yeah. So this is not the end of the video. I'm going to see you for max effort. No, not max effort. I'm going to see you for competition style grip in 3, 2, 1. See you there. All right, day 2, max effort, nothing because it's just competition style bench today, and we are maxing out all 3 squat, bench, and deadlifts throughout the entire week on 3 different days. Give myself a little bit of a breather. So on Monday, which was 2 days ago, we maxed out on deadlifts at 475 pounds, and according to my records, my program, as of 30 weeks exactly ago, I hit 455 pounds. So about 30 weeks to put 20 pounds back onto my deadlift. Slowly but surely working up to 5 plates once again. So that's a nice little W. Pretty happy with that. 20 pounds in 30 weeks, which may be slow for some people, but is what it is. Losing weight, injuries, and stuff like that. Also, like, I have 0 excuses, but I'm pretty happy with the progress of 20 pounds in 30 weeks. Now, my shoulder is feeling okay. Definitely not within the 80% range, maybe around, we'll say between 65 and 75%. It's okay, feeling a little bit better. Pretty happy that I did deadlifts first, just because the weight just pulls them down on my shoulder. So now we are on day 2, which is obviously competition style bench, and I'm very skeptical as to what I'll be hitting today, depending on my shoulder. I don't know. I'm aiming between 205 to 235 pounds. If I get within that range and I either fail the lift or my shoulder is in just too much pain, I have to call it, I'll be happy with that. Even though my bench as of, I think, before I went to the festival in July was 255. So if I can hit 235, I'll be pretty happy with that. Even if I hit 205 without any pain, I'll be super ecstatic with that. Not the easiest prep or easiest max out sessions to go into with injuries in mind. And also, it is Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. So yeah, we are fueled by ice cream and a lot more food. Because on Sunday, I had that pizza and ice cream meal before deadlifts. And then yesterday was Christmas Eve. So I had a nice meal and some dessert with family. And it is Christmas today. So once again, Merry Christmas to you all. And happy holidays from me, Coach Troy at Maximum Output Training, to you at home. So eat lots of food, spend time with your family, enjoy all the festivities if you do celebrate. If not, thanks for watching the video on this day, even though I won't upload this till probably Saturday or Sunday when I edit this. So anyways, we are going to go for 205 to 235 pounds. I know for a fact I won't beat 255 pounds, which is my max effort at the moment. So as of right now, we are going to warm up. I don't know if I'll keep the hat the entire time for the lifting because it will get in the way of me lifting because it's actually quite distracting, especially with this ball thing going on. So we'll figure it out. Let's just start warming up and see how it feels. Okay, my hair might get messed up, but that's okay. Bar feels pretty good on the shoulder for now, but it isn't until I get into the heavier weights that obviously as it puts more pressure on the joint, it starts to get more pissed off. So I will load 95 pounds and I'll catch you for that set. So see you soon. Okay, so 95 pounds loaded. We're gonna go for about 5 to 8 reps, and then I'll probably have to change up my warm-ups, as I go, because normally it would be 5 to 8 reps, or usually 8 reps at 95 pounds, and then 135 is about 5 to 8. 165 for maybe 1 to 3, and then singles all the way up. But depending on how this guy is feeling, we'll have to change it up. I probably will do my best to not be stubborn and go super balls to the wall and actually listen to my body, which all of you should be doing. So we're just gonna take it one set at a time and see how I feel. And I'll probably have to get rid of this hat because it will distract me just like it did for the warm-up. So if you see me in future edits, it's gone now. So let's get to it. Okay, that felt decent. Do 135 next. And I'll just slowly ramp up the weight. Obviously, that's how we're gonna go for our top set. But I think I'm gonna rest a little bit longer than I normally would. Usually, it used to be 5 minutes for bench, and then 5 to 7 for squat and deadlift, especially going for max efforts. So I might teeter on the side of 7 minutes for bench, just to kind of give this a little bit of a breather. So yeah, we're gonna load 135 next, and we're gonna rest. 135 loaded. We're gonna do sets of 5 to 8, and I think I found some sort of positioning that I'm gonna try out. Once again, don't ever try out new forms, especially at the end of a training block or when you go to max out, because it can throw your entire technique out the window, whereas you could be stronger at your former technique and form versus your new form and technique, and it can vary the weight pretty drastically if you do it incorrectly. So I'm gonna try and not pinch my shoulder blades as too far back and kind of just pinch them together, but I think I really forced them together and it kind of like puts stress on my shoulder. So we're gonna try that now, but for now, we're gonna try that for now, but for now, lots of nows. 135 for about 5 to 8 reps and see how it goes. Okay, that new shoulder thing did not work. I felt like my shoulder blade and shoulder was like slipped out a lot more, put more pressure on my shoulder. So I won't be doing that again. We're gonna load 165, 1 to 3 reps, and we'll go from there. So catch you for that. 165 on, 1 to 3 reps. Slowly but surely, gonna work our way up to 205, 235. I think I have at least 225 in the bank. I'll be happy with that, not gonna lie. But regardless of how I feel and what I'm gonna get today, depending on shoulder, how I feel in terms of rest and recovery. I did sleep 7 hours. 7 hours is being now consistent, but probably that 7 hours being contributed to the more food I've been eating, especially with this cheating type, eating a lot more higher calorie type foods than I normally would. Holding a lot more water, which is filling out my belt. So I'm not in that weird place of too tight on the belt or too loose. So it's actually nice that I can fill out the belt hole that I've been using the entire time. So I guess that's a give and take, even though I feel a little bit sluggish with the food that I have not been eating consistently. So like pizzas and ice creams and stuff like that, I hardly ever have those, especially when it comes to like dieting and stuff like that. I don't try to fit it in my macros. I just try to eat good food, good whole foods as best as possible. And then once the diet type ends, I kind of just let loose a little bit more, let off my foot off the gas, if you will. But yeah, being fueled by a lot more food, a lot more sugar type foods, especially ice cream, running through my veins. Probably that's why my veins be popping and stuff like that. But the water bloat, I guess you can call it, is really helping me fill out the belt, which helps with bracing. So let's get to 165, 1 to 3 reps, and I'm going to pinch my shoulder blades back how I used to do it. So we're just going to omit 135 with that weird set of 5. Okay, that felt pretty good. It's the pressing that hurts my shoulder. Coming down feels a little bit awkward, but I don't want to like, I don't know, do like a quick release where I forcibly like come down and then just like bounce it off my chest and then just kind of fling it up and throw it. So we're just trying to be in control as best as possible with little pain. 165 moved pretty well. The pain in my shoulder was less on 165 versus 135. So we're gonna do singles all the way up. 185 next. All right, 185, singles all the way up. We're gonna have some fun. Shoulder, I'm just gonna keep reminding myself that it is there. It hasn't fallen off yet. it is still a pain of like 7 to 8 out of 10. This is probably a terrible fucking idea to max out with a painful shoulder, but I know a lot of meatheads, besides me, will fight through the pain until they fall apart. But this is the reason that I am not doing an opener type week, doing a mini deload, and then maxing out completely, and then doing a deload again. Whereas this week, because that's just like openers 90+%, roughly 85-90%, puts already stress on the body, and then you rest, and then you have to do it again 90% plus, putting more stress on the body, and then I just completely fall apart. Whereas this week, I can kind of send it, and I still have nice little rest in between. I don't have to do accessories. I just max out on one lift, or in this case, 3 different lifts on 3 different days. I still get my rest and recovery in. And then next week, I can dedicate to doing nothing at all, having a fat deload, kind of rest, recover. Don't think about the gym as much as possible. And it just lessens the time of recovery, and I can get into the gym quicker if you can kind of picking up when I'm putting down, if you kind of think about it. So instead of opener, deload, meet, deload, and then do like some sort of deload active recovery, I get back in the gym 1 week quicker if I just max out this week, deload all of next week, and then come back into the gym the following week, which would be 2 weeks from now, into like some sort of active recovery, and then easing back into training for like 1 to 2 weeks, and then kind of hit it hard going back to my conjugate style training. So hopefully you can follow that. But for now, 185 single. Let's do this. Ooh, yeah. Shoulder, yep, it's sore. 205 next. Gonna rest a little bit longer. See you then. All right, I probably won't talk as much just because I want to get in the zone. So I'll probably have like 1 to 3 more sets left in me before I kind of tap out. So then I'll probably talk to you after my top set and try not to die. So let's do this. 205 for singles, and then I'll just kind of like display the weights I do below, and we'll go from there. So catch you for the after game report. Right. I'm gonna call it there. That was a little scary. 235, I got what I wanted. My butt was like either hovering or barely touching the bench. We're gonna keep it there, 235, pretty happy with that. And then we are, yeah, I got squats in 2 days, so I'm gonna rest here. Pretty happy with 235. It's definitely not 255. It tends to happen when I go on diets and stuff like that. Bench is the one that tanks first, but obviously you diet, you have an injury, it's gonna go from there. So moving forward with bench training, I probably won't do barbell stuff for maybe a few weeks. I'll probably just be doing the arch Swiss bar from Bells of Steel and see how that feels on the shoulder, even though there's a more range of motion. But the grip is a little bit like angled neutral, so it might put a little less stress on my shoulders, and then I'll do that for a few weeks. So the plan is after the 1 week deload, hopefully that helps my shoulder recuperate, and then going to an active recovery for about 2 to 3 weeks, just get back in the swing of things and slowly progress training from there, and then jump into, I don't want to say like super duper max effort stuff, but like doing top sets of 5-3-2 and just kind of wave it and then figure out accessories from there, because I have other accessories I want to chop and change for like back stuff and arms and try to get more yoked. More yoked. That's a good joke, Troy. Try to get yoked, because like, yeah, look at my 150 pounds of nothingness that I've been lifting for 12 years. Ooh. the progress, right? I'll get flamed on TikTok or IG Reels if I ever, you know what? I probably will share my 12-year journey and probably just get flamed, but that's okay. Yeah, I do have some plans for bench going forward, so we'll see how that goes. And I had like another camera set up, and I totally forgot to hit record. So that's gonna be fun, but that's okay. I'll probably do like a multiple, carousel. They call it a carousel, but I just think like a multiple post kind of thing instead of like an IG reel, and see how that goes or how that performs. That'd be different. But yeah, day 2 in the books, 235, definitely not 260. That's okay. I'm pretty happy with it. I just gonna focus more forward after squatting on Friday and just try to recover from there. But for now, I'm gonna rest for this week. It is Christmas, and I'll see you guys for day 3. So Merry Christmas if you're watching this, and I'll see you for day 3 squats. So with the power of editing, I'll see you in like a second or 2. By the powers of video editing, you just saw me finish 235 on bench press. It is 2 days later. It is Friday. It is December 27th. So hopefully you guys had a safe and Merry Christmas, and so far enjoying your awesome holidays. And now everybody is in this weird lull between Christmas and New Year's Day. So people are deciding what the hell to do in terms of fitness and nutrition. And because I know lots of people have many dinners during the holidays. As for myself, I had Christmas Eve dinner, and then had Christmas dinner, and then Boxing Day. We don't normally have dinners and stuff, but we have a lot of like snacks and desserts that we get from friends and family. So that was kind of like a high calorie day. It's just me clearing out stuff in my pantry so I don't have anything to grab at as I get back on track for nutrition. So yeah, that's just me anyway. So anyways, bench press 235 for a painful 235. Now we on to some squats. I probably should have done this like a meet prep type thing, but that's okay. I'd rather not run myself into the ground even further, like I've said in the past few clips. So we are doing some low bar squats today, competition style, and let's see how the shoulder feels. Shoulder feels a-okay, maybe around 70-75%. Still in pain, still kind of feels weird. Did some warm-ups, and for now we have this shirt on, and I only wear this shirt for when I go for max effort low bar competition style squats. So I only wear this like twice a year because this A7 shirt is really nice. And if you were there for the era of LVD, they had a collab with A7, and the gripping on the back of this is just phenomenal. So it grips to the bar really nicely. So yeah, I only use it for low bar max effort attempts, and that's usually twice a year. So I wear the shirt twice a year. Anyways, we're gonna start warming up and see how I do today. I slept like shit. It usually tends to happen when I start eating foods out of the diet or out of my nutrition realm, especially if I eat lots of high calorie stuff or eat high calorie days or have high calorie days. And it usually starts to affect me after the 3rd or 4th day. And Sunday being one of those cheat meal type things where I had pizza and ice cream, and I had a another high day on Christmas Eve. That felt nice going into bench. And then Christmas Day, it was nice to like just hang out, eat lots of food. It started to slowly affect my sleep. And then yesterday, after a nice like dessert, I just had a high calorie dessert, like lots of ice cream, finish off the ice cream and some desserts and stuff like that. It really started to affect my sleep last night, where I woke up at 2:30 and probably couldn't get back to bed till like around 3:30, 4 o'clock. So yeah, we is tired. Can't wait to get back on track as of today. Get sleep back on track as best as possible. And then hopefully rest and recover after today until the following, not next Monday, the following Monday. And we're going to start active recovery. So let's start warming up, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Ooh, shoulder feels wonky. we're gonna slowly ease into it. See, like, yeah, it's getting super pissed off. I probably have to go back, see my osteo again, get worked on again, and probably do that during the deload. And hopefully some time and recovery of, let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 9 days off from the gym. It'll help speed up the process of recovery because I won't be putting super stress on it. Like, I won't be doing anything next week. So I'm not too sure what I'll do for uploads. Maybe I'll just start uploading reels, and I'll upload a reel every single day for 9 days on YouTube just to make up for no training post next week, because what's the point? And I feel like I just throw up training vlogs. So I thought my mic was off, so it kind of scared me there a little bit. So yeah, I haven't decided yet. I probably won't post a full training vlog next week because I'm not in the gym next week, and I won't be doing an active recovery or anything. Just like low key staying away from the gym and try to keep my sanity from not going to the gym, which is going to be difficult for a lot of people, especially if you've been in it for a long time. Going to the gym is part of your, I don't want to say identity because that sounds very toxic, but part of your routine. And it's like that feel good of actually going to the gym. Again, that dopamine spike and all that adrenaline stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a tough 9 days off, but it's going to be a nice 9 days off. So hopefully I can like catch up on sleep or focus more on sleep in those 9 days. For now, I'm going to rest and I'm going to load 135 on. So going forward, I'm not too sure how I'm going to go about training, especially with this bum shoulder right now. But I think in terms of squatting, I'll just be doing a lot more high bar and front squats until I get some sort of SSB, which will take a lot of stress off my shoulders, or some sort of buffalo bar, take more stress off my shoulders. But those are finances that I don't really have at the moment to spare for 2 different bars just for training purposes alone. So just got to make do with what I can with just a straight bar. But luckily, I enjoy high bar squats and front squats. So I'll probably do front squats for a few dynamic effort days, because front squats for sets of 5 suck. So sets of 2 is a lot nicer. And then we'll probably go from there. And then for bench, I did the Swiss bar actually for a set of 3 at 185 after my top set at 235 on Wednesday. It felt a little painful on the shoulder, but it felt okay at the same time. I probably won't jump up to 185, obviously, because I'll deload next week and have 2 active recovery weeks, just to kind of like ease back into training and then maybe slightly go balls to the wall. But yeah, I'll be using the Swiss arch bar for bench training, so I won't be using a straight bar. Yeah, and I probably won't do board pressing for a little bit because those are overload techniques. And by overloading my triceps or my bench, just puts pressure on the shoulder. So I'm not too sure yet. Lots of Swiss arch bar training and dumbbell flat or incline press training feels nice on the shoulder as well, because I have, like, I can control it with how I angle my arms and stuff like that. But if I do a little bit slightly angled, neutral-ish position versus kind of like flaring them out or coming straight neutral, feels nicer on the shoulder. So I'll probably push dumbbell training, but still we're going to be trying to build muscle, and hopefully just focusing on building muscle alone will help carry over to my barbell movements. So we'll see how that goes. And then deadlift training will stay the same because deadlifts don't really get affected with my shoulder because it actually felt nice. So that's that. 135, let's do this. Moving it in felt a lot better than keeping it wide. Yeah, so we're definitely doing high bar. Doesn't put as much pressure on the shoulders because it just sits on my traps versus the rear delts, and I have to overstretch. So yeah, rest and recovery for the next 3 weeks. And then we start going back to conjugate. And I'll probably have to change my max effort type stuff for upper body days. I'll probably wave it how I normally do, like for deadlifts, 5-3-2s. And then arch bar, and then I haven't decided if I'm going to do like a barbell accessory afterwards or do like a drop set type style, like drop to like 65% or something stupid like that, and do 5x5. So yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm going to rest a little bit, 2 plates next, triple, and then singles all the way up, and then we'll see how that goes. All right, 2 plates on, sets of 3, singles all the way up. I probably won't talk as much just to keep the video a little bit shorter because I don't have a whole lot to say because I'm not training right now. This is like the end product of months of training that led, I can talk. This is like the end product that is from the months of training. Months of training led up to this point. So I don't have a whole lot to say. Maybe I'll just give you like mindset things, but for now, I'm just gonna like try to hit my top set. So I'll probably just hit all of my sets and then kind of talk with you before I hit my top set. So I'll see you for that. So enjoy the ride for the time being. And yeah, let's have some fun. Whew. Shoulder is not too happy, guys. I'm kind of relieved that this is my last training day and I get a nice time off because I fucking need it. And I'm just getting tired of feeling it in the morning, especially when I just kind of relax my shoulder. I can just feel it pulling and just kind of like pain in my shoulder. It's probably frustrating to hear me bitch and moan about this, but it's gonna happen. At least it happened now, 12 years later versus, but it is what it is. I gotta roll with the punches, I guess. So see you for the next set. Singles all the way up, probably 255 next. Not today, guys. It's all good. We'll stick with 355. 370 was pretty ambitious, especially with how 355 moved. Is what it is. I just, yeah, it's not there today. It's okay. Ended up with 475 deadlift, 235 bench, 355 squat to kind of round out this max out, year-end max out. Definitely the shittiest results that I was expecting. And truth be told, this is the first time I've ever failed a squat in probably 5 years, 6 years. I do my best to try to not fail at squats, but yeah, it was not going the way I wanted to. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Pretty bummed with the results of how everything went. Yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Just not strong enough. There is no excuses. I could come up with a list of excuses, but just not strong enough. So yeah, we'll probably let this sit for a little bit because I will be frustrated because like you work your ass off to try to do something great with lifting. So yeah, it is what it is. Very frustrating. You're annoyed. I just don't want to injure myself any further. I have a lot of excuses, but I'm just not strong enough. It is what it is. So back to the drawing board. Hopefully increasing calories can help with getting stronger and building muscle and active recovery and deload. So yeah, pretty bummed. Didn't have anything exciting like I did last time for my squat and bench when I maxed out pretty nicely and smashed 365. Ha! Smashed 365. That was a grinder, 365. So it is what it is. Yeah, pretty bummed. But yeah. Keep my chin up. Move on to the next. Deload. Active recovery. So next week there probably won't be any uploads in terms of training vlogs. I'll probably just upload reels for the next week, maybe next 5 to 7 days, so you guys have some sort of content. So yeah, sorry guys, just not strong enough. If you follow along with me, thank you, I appreciate it. So to those that just discovered me, if you have, comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you want some online coaching, there's some stuff in the description below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, maximumoutput_training, and I'll see you guys there. And until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next training vlog. Peace.